Every person on this planet carries within them a universe of dreams, hopes, and desires. But what if some of these dreams are something more? What if they are a sign, a marker of a greater destiny? Imagine now that, among all of us, there are those who are different. Not because of something they can see in the mirror or touch with their hands, but something that reveals itself only in the silence of their dreams. These are no ordinary dreams. They are visions, messages that transcend time and space, shaped not by the mind, but by destiny itself. What if you were told that Martin Luther King Jr., before becoming the leader we know, was just a man with a dream so powerful that it not only changed him, but the world around him? This dream wasn't just a wish for a better future, it was a calling to stand up, to fight, to lead, a calling he couldn't ignore because he was chosen. Now think, what if you were chosen too? What if the dreams you have are more than just dreams? What if they are a calling for you to do something extraordinary? If you've had one of these 7 dreams, it may not be a coincidence. Perhaps it is an indication, a sign that you have a part to play, a role in a much larger story that is still being written. This is the time to open your eyes, not only to the world you know, but to the world you can help create. A world that needs you, your dreams, your courage. Discover how dreams can not only reveal the future, but also summon us to build it. On an ordinary night, a restless soul rests, falling asleep to the sound of a world still awake. But soon, in that moment of surrender, something extraordinary appears. An intense, overwhelming light. It does not just shine, it dominates. This brightness, coming from some point impossible to locate, pierces the darkness with a force that transcends what is known, going beyond the physical straight to the spirit. It is not a light that can be explained. It is a light that is felt, deep, to the point of bathing the most intimate essence. For the chosen one, this dream is not just a mere reflection of his subconscious, but a call that he dare not ignore. This column of light that rises, this radiant beam that seems to cross the universe, touches the soul like an invisible seal, marking the terrain of the sacred, of the eternal. Amidst the silence of the night, this light cries out, screams with the force of silent thunder, telling the dreamer's heart that his existence is not random, that he has been separated, detached from the ordinary world for something grand and perhaps incomprehensible. But what does it mean to be chosen? For many, it may be an incomprehensible burden, because the chosen one is not free to follow the tide. He is drawn, like metal to a magnet, to the divine purpose that calls him from the depths of the universe. The light that surrounds him is not just a symbol, it is a revelation of a destiny that surpasses him, that makes him look at the world around him with different eyes. The chosen one begins to realize that he, among so many, has been touched by this inexplicable energy, and that his life, previously ordinary, now has a much greater meaning. Of course there are doubts, of course there are fears. The light, although welcoming, challenges. It is as if it were saying, "Here is your mission, a path that will not be easy, but will be full." The chosen one realizes that this intensity is not an invitation to comfort, but to purpose. In this light, he sees the truth that being chosen is walking against the wind. It is questioning existence with an almost painful intensity. But at the same time, this light is a relief, a reminder that he will never be truly alone, because something greater accompanies him. The light does not speak, but in silence, it reveals. It reveals that the mission of the chosen one is to bring a piece of the divine to the world, to be a bridge between what is seen and what is unseen, between the sacred and the profane. And, to accomplish this task, he needs to delve into himself, face his own shadows, transmute fear into courage, doubt into faith. The intensity of this light brings to light every fragment of his soul, the pieces that he still needs to heal and those that he still needs to accept, because the path of the chosen one demands surrender and vulnerability. Upon awakening from this dream, the chosen one may still feel the warmth of that light on his skin, even though he knows it was only a dream. He carries with him the glow that touched him deep within, as an eternal reminder that even in his darkest days, he was called to something greater. He now knows that life, with all its complexities, is a sacred field, and he, like a beacon in the night, is called to illuminate the path of those who have not yet found their own light. There comes a time when, deep in sleep, reality dissolves, and the spirit is taken to a place where the impossible becomes visible. Angels come as messengers of a much greater force to remind that even in the darkest nights and in the hours of greatest pain, there is protection. They know that the one sleeping before them is not an ordinary person, but a bearer of something special, someone destined to carry a sacred flame. These angels do not speak with words, but their presence is more eloquent than any speech. With each gesture, the dreamer feels the assurance that his path, however arduous, is protected. The chosen one's mission is not easy, and they know it. His task will require courage, sacrifice, resilience. But they are there to strengthen every fiber of his being, to shield his heart and mind against the uncertainties that will inevitably come. The angels remind him that he is destined for something that transcends the ordinary, and that this path will require him to face forces that perhaps few would understand. When angels appear in these moments of dreaming, especially in periods of greatest challenge, it is as if heaven itself descends to envelop the one who has been separated from the ordinary. For the chosen one, these dreams bring confirmation that he has been seen, known, and called by the universe itself for a special task. Each angelic presence is like a divine signature, a seal of protection that surrounds him not only while he dreams, but also throughout his waking journey. And what does this protection mean? It means that the chosen one will never be completely exposed to despair, even when the winds of fear and loneliness threaten to overthrow him. The angels, these invisible guardians, are like tireless sentinels, ready to intervene in the most critical moments, to guide his steps, to divert the obstacles that he cannot yet see. And when he awakens, even if the dream dissipates, he takes with him a renewed certainty, a faith that transcends the tangible. For the chosen one, the appearance of the angels is a reminder that he carries an inestimable value in the eyes of God, and that the strength entrusted to him is not of weakness, but of purpose. These angels come to remind him that his mission is not a solitary burden, it is a path of learning and revelation, and that each challenge faced under their protection becomes a step closer to fulfilling the sacred calling the world cannot reach, and where the mind finally rests, a scene emerges that is at once familiar and enigmatic, a path, a door, something that opens with the serenity and strength of a revelation. Around the dreamer, an air of expectation appears, as if the entire universe were waiting for his movement, a decisive step that is his and that only he can take. This dream is more than a fleeting image, it is an invitation. The dreamer is not a passive spectator, he is the chosen one, the bearer of a choice, of a passage to the unknown that pulses before him with an irresistible light. These doors, these paths that present themselves, are not just possibilities. They are like divine whispers that seem to intertwine their will with that of the dreamer. In every detail, he feels the gentle but undeniable weight of a greater purpose. There is no rush, and yet there is a silent urgency, as if these doors represented a possible destination, a journey where the chosen one will be transformed, where he will be confronted and molded for something that transcends understanding. Each step along this path is a vote of confidence in the invisible. By opening one of these doors, the chosen one is faced with the freedom of a universe of options, and at the same time, with the responsibility of following with purpose. God in this dream is not a demanding master, but a creator of opportunities, offering the chosen one not the answer, but the path that, in some way, only he can follow. The brightness that surrounds these doors does not blind, it illuminates. And in this illumination, the chosen one begins to realize that each choice opens a new horizon. Each door leads to a new depth of himself and the world around him. This dream, so full of symbolism and meaning, is a pause between yesterday and tomorrow, a moment in which the chosen one sees himself reflected in a potential that has not yet been realized. The doors represent futures that he can embrace or reject, but the certainty that there is something waiting for him beyond these doors is what drives him. And perhaps most impressive is that, as he passes through, he knows that the choice is not his alone. He is at the same time agent and work, a channel through which something greater wishes to manifest itself. It is not a simple sequence of images or disordered desires, but clear and promising visions, almost tangible in their vividness. Such prophetic dreams, full of events of peace and immeasurable blessings, are manifestations of a silent dialogue between the divine and the chosen one. The dreamer finds himself transported beyond the present, looking toward a tomorrow where the promises of harmony materialize, signaling that God has a special plan and that he, the dreamer, is a crucial element in this heavenly design. For the chosen one, these dreams are not mere abstractions. They are invitations to take an active role in bringing these visions to fruition. By witnessing peaceful futures, the chosen one understands that his or her earthly journey transcends daily concerns and enters the realm of sacred purpose. These prophetic dreams function as a kind of divine preview, designed to prepare the chosen one for the challenges and victories that lie ahead, equipping him or her with the hope and determination necessary to transform the possible into reality. Every detail of these dreams carries a deeper meaning, whether it is a sturdy tree offering shade and shelter, symbolizing protection and stability, or a mighty river winding its way through a winding path, representing life flowing free from obstacles. Each element is an encrypted message, a sign that the divine is not only observing but actively participating in the chosen one's life. These visions are gifts that, although they come from the future, have a tangible impact on the present, instilling in the chosen one a sense of responsibility and a conviction that his or her actions are fundamental pieces in the great mosaic of destiny. Dreams of blessed futures are also an antidote to despair. In times of uncertainty or crisis, remembering these prophecies brings comfort and direction. They function as beacons guiding the chosen one through turbulent seas with the promise that there is solid ground ahead. More than that, these dreams are a call for the chosen one to remain steadfast in their faith and persevere on their path. For what has been seen in the dream realm is a divine promise that the best is yet to come. However, there is an inherent complexity to these dreams. Although they promise peace and blessings, the path to achieving them is not without its challenges. The chosen one is therefore urged to reflect on how his or her daily actions and ethical decisions contribute to the fulfillment of these prophecies. Every step taken toward good, every gesture of compassion, and every word of encouragement are, according to the divine plan revealed in dreams, acts of creation that shape the world and bring the reality of the prophetic vision closer. The chosen one does not return empty. He or she brings with him or her a burden of knowledge and responsibility. He knows that the idyllic scenarios he has been shown are not guaranteed, but earned, and that his life is a living testament to the transformative power bestowed by the heavens. He is simultaneously spectator and author of his destiny, tasked with not only waiting for the promised future, but with acting tirelessly to make it a reality. When the veil between the sacred and the earthly becomes translucent and allows such interaction, the experience transcends the simple dream narrative. These dreams, in which such emblematic characters are encountered, are events charged with symbolism and gravity, painting the portrait of a destiny that unfolds not on the physical plane, but on the spiritual, marking the chosen one with a mission that goes beyond the ordinary. For those who dream such dreams, the moment is one of revelation and summons. The encounter with Jesus, Moses, or another prophet in a dream is not a coincidence. It is a divine gesture that communicates directly to the chosen one. The presence of these figures is not merely to console or encourage. It serves as a call for a spiritual awakening, an unmistakable sign that one's life is intertwined with a web of meaning broader than oneself. Here, the divine manifests itself not in abstractions but in dialogue, where each word and gesture of the sacred figures is imbued with an urgency that transcends the ages. This type of dream serves as a turning point for the Chosen One, marking the beginning of a journey of transformation and devotion. Coming face to face with such powerful figures, the Chosen One is compelled to reflect on his or her own life and redirect it according to the values and teachings revealed to him or her. This encounter is less about specific instructions and more about awakening a deeper understanding of one's role in the world and the impact of one's actions. The rarity of these dreams emphasizes their importance. Not everyone receives such a visit in their nights. Therefore, those who do feel the weight of responsibility that these dreams carry, they are chosen not only to listen, but to act, to transform the teaching into action, the vision into reality. The presence of Jesus or a prophet in a dream is not only a privilege, but a charge, a divine obligation to carry forward the message received, to be a living example of divine principles in a world that often strays from them. In deeper terms, these dreams are a dialogue between the eternal and the ephemeral, where the Chosen One sees himself as a point of connection between heaven and earth. Through him, eternal truths seek to find expression in time and space, seeking to renew their presence in the contemporary world. The Chosen One, therefore, becomes a messenger, whose very life becomes a testimony to realities that transcend the material. The nature of these dreams also suggests a continuity of purpose that extends across generations. Each Chosen One, when confronted with such a vision, is inserted into a long line of historical figures who, over the centuries, have been similarly touched by similar revelations. This reinforces the notion that the role of the Chosen One is rooted in a tradition of spiritual awakening and guided action, where every step is guided by a force that encompasses both history and mystery. A murmur of shadows and lights, a vision of a heavenly landscape may emerge before the eyes of the dreamer, revealing a world beyond ordinary existence. Illuminated gardens, fields where absolute peace reigns, and crystal-clear rivers that reflect the infinite heavens are not mere scenes. For the Chosen One, they are revelations of an indissoluble bond with the divine, vivid suggestions that his or her life is destined for a mission to spread peace and goodness in the earthly world. For those blessed with such a vision, dreams of kingdoms of peace operate as both an invitation and a challenge. It is as if the divine reaches out and whispers a call to the heart of the Chosen One, urging him or her to replicate on earth what was seen in heaven. These landscapes are not only a spiritual retreat for the weary soul, they are also a model, a divine ideal that must be aspired to and manifested in the daily reality of humanity. When contemplating a heavenly garden in a dream, where light is not just an illumination, but an essence that permeates everything with the purity of love and truth, the Chosen One is touched by a sense of wholeness that transcends words. Every flower, every leaf shining under the divine light, speaks of a higher order, of a harmony that should be the goal not only for the individual, but for the whole of society. The dream reveals that peace is not a state to be achieved only in spiritual isolation, but something that must be cultivated and nurtured among all beings. These visions are also a balm for the wounds of the soul, an antidote to the despair that can often afflict those who feel lost in the turmoil of the material world. By being transported to these realms of peace, the Chosen Ones are strengthened in their purpose and renewed in their commitment to act as agents of peace. They are reminded that every act of kindness, every word of comfort, and every act of justice are echoes of that heavenly harmony they experienced in their dream.